When it comes to understanding spirits, it helps to know a little bit about how they were made or what ingredients they were made from. For instance, rum is usually made from molasses. So it doesn't surprise you when you smell a rum and it smells a little bit like molasses or caramel or marshmallow or sometimes even banana. And when you find out that bourbon is actually aged inside charred oak barrels, you now expect and should expect that the bourbon's going to smell a little bit like charred wood or ash or sometimes cigar. So the way something is distilled and the ingredients that it's distilled from will determine how it smells and tastes. However, first, we need to think about this idea of distillation at all. So I've been doing a little distilling just for you. Yeah, right here in this pan of water. Oh yeah, it's actually water I'm distilling. You see, I've been boiling it. And as I boil it, well, what happens? It turns to vapor. And the vapor then hits the lid, which is a little bit cooler than the pan. You see what happens? Here comes the steam, and then the vapor, the steam, hits the pan, cools off, and turns back into a liquid. All right? Now, if you've boiled a pan of water, you too are a distiller. Congratulations. It's really pretty easy. Because what happens is the distillers actually don't put water in there, they put beer or wine. Because what they're going to do is they're going to pull the alcoholic vapor out and leave the water behind. How can they do that? Well, it's because of one of nature's little tricks. You see, water turns into vapor at 212 Fahrenheit. You remember that, you went to school. But alcohol turns into vapor at a lower temperature, at about 173 Fahrenheit or so. So now what a distiller does is they take their pan, actually often they call it a pot still. It's really big, but it's just kind of like a pot or a pan. And they put a wine or a beer inside, and then they bring the temperature up to about 173. And all that vaporizes is the alcohol. The water is left behind. Oh, well, yeah. What also vaporizes? Flavor, aroma. So they pull over this flavor and this aroma along with the alcohol, and then they let it cool off. They put it in what's called a condenser, and it's really just a place where it cools off and turns back into a liquid. And now they have something that's much more concentrated. If you were to do this distillation thing over and over again, eventually you'd end up with this almost pure alcohol. That's what they try to do when they make vodka. They try to get it as pure as they can. And if they made the beer, if you will, from corn, or if they made that beer that they were distilling it from wheat, or if they made it even from grapes, because some people do, it would change that vodka just a little bit. So knowing the ingredients that they distilled it from will help you understand what that spirit's going to smell and taste like.